Welcome to DOGTV, your only source for breaking Lorcana news, featuring the Goodest Boy on sports, the Goodest Boy on weather, the Goodest Boy on investigative journalism, and the Goodest Boy on drugs. And now, to bring you tonight's news, it's the Goodest Boy and the Goodest Boy. Welcome back to DOGTV News. Today's hot story is a big one. That's right, Diane. Rotation is here again, and hundreds of thousands of glimmers are hoping to avoid the all-encompassing rage of Ravensburger's raucous rays. That's right, Ted. Unlike last rotation, where a lot of glimmers were spared the consequences of their hubris, Ravensburgers just decided to make new cards and leave the rest to fend for themselves. We actually have a live camera at the gates as this happens now. Ah! Please! Ravensburger, make it stop! Make it stop! What have we done to deserve this? Ah! How horrifying. Good thing that won't happen to us. Right? Which brings us to a series of reports made by our investigative journalists about how rotation affects these glimmers. But first, we all know getting old sucks. That's why I don't plan to, Diane. Yes, getting old is one of the banes of existence. Your bones stop working, your brain stops functioning, and you start playing Sapphire. Is that why control players are brain dead? It sure is, Ted, but this is my segment, so shut up. Our local correspondent, the Goodest Boy, took a day trip to the local retirement home, Sapphire Shores, to find out what the big deal was and how rotation was going to affect the seniors. Sapphire, a once thriving retirement home community where everything was accessible and everyone lived in peace and harmony. But recently, seniors awoke to find that a critical component of their community was removed: their ramps. Used to be we had ramps on 2 or 3 that could get us to 4, but with these ramps removed, we can't even get to 8 ink before turn 3. When you get to be my age, you just can't get it up anymore. Get what up? Your ink count. Whew. While most residents are still upset about the lack of ramps available, some are trying to be positive. We've been through all this before. These youngins don't even remember the first rotation. I survived that. They'll be fine. Do you think you survived the next one? Oh God. Hyperia City says they'll be paying for new ramps to be installed soon, but in the meantime, it seems control players will have to take the long way around. I, for one, enjoy their suffering. Back to you, Goodest. Thanks, Goodest. It's always heartwarming seeing control players get what's coming to them. It sure is. Up next, we go to sports, where we're releasing our final segment into a corruption investigation that's sweeping the world. Well-known figures inside the dog racing circuit have been accused of fixing races. For more information, we go to our sports correspondent, Goodest Boy. I'm here at Tramp's Track, where dog racing has been kind for over 4 sets. Getting the 20 lore first was always the goal here, but recently the track owner, Tramp, has been accused of putting his competition under the sea. Recent audio leaks seek to implicate the fan favorite in a vast criminal conspiracy to fix races.
So first, we're gonna line up the field with a bunch of dogs. I hope you like dogs. Well, I've always been more of a cat person. Shut up! When I'm done with you, you're gonna be sleeping with the fishes. You know what that is? Oh no, that's right, under the sea. Ice 'em, lady.
Tramp was arrested earlier today by Dog City Police and is being held on a 1 million ink bail. His known conspirator, Lady, appears to have fled town and is now on the run. But to those still left picking up the pieces, it appears that Tramp has finally been banned. Certainly not how he was hoping to be fixed. Back to you, Goodest. Wait. They rigged all those races? It sure looks like it, Ted. I spent my life savings at the races last week and lost. Hold up, I need to make a call. Wow, looks like somebody's making terrible life decisions. Speaking of terrible lives, we go live now to our field correspondent, the Goodest Boy, who's been following the residents of a small town in Wisconsin after the collapse of their native dairy industry. Thanks, Goodest. Yes, residents of small Wisconsin town, Wisconsin, are learning to cope with the death of the beloved cow from Emerald Farms, Clarabelle. Well, we really used to be eating good with her. She fed us so well, I guess we just overexerted ourselves, knowing we could always fill back up and make our opponents bend to our will, but now we have almost nothing. Did you truly believe a just God wouldn't punish you for your gluttonous hubris? What? Yes, it appears the residents of this town truly believed that they could feast upon the everlasting flow of life-sustaining milk, but now that the valves have turned off, they largely no longer know what to do with themselves and seem to have turned on each other in various acts of cannibalism. Oh, and it looks like Ravensburger has decided to take matters into their own hands. Certainly not the standard ending for a card once a standard stable. Back to you, Goodest. Thanks, Goodest. I sure hope I never become complacent and face Ravensburger's wrath. I hope you do. That would hurt if I didn't know how you die. I can't wait to see the assassins fail again. We'll see. I paid them a lot more this time. Up next, we go live to our wildlife correspondent, Goodest Boy. Thanks, Goodest. I'm here somewhere in the ocean. Not sure where, my calculator broke. Anyway, scientists have recently been tracking a dramatic loss of sea creatures due to climate change. But the ultimate loss recently has been the loss of the local half-shark population. We've been relying on these half-sharks for food for years, but with the climate getting the way it is, we've seen less and less of the half-sharks, which basically means we're only seeing a quarter of the regular sharks. Is that how math works? Are you a fisherman? No. Well, at least you're not a human. Normally once powerful creatures, apex predators of the deep, the half-shark has largely been reduced to fending for scraps in the oceans, which you can buy for 25 cents. While the half-shark is largely still evasive, it's much less of a threat, and everyone else trying to swim should breathe easy. Now, how do I get back home? No, really, I don't know how to get back. Well, if you want to keep this job, you'll find a way. Wait, no, you can't? He's so needy, isn't he? Not for much longer. Speaking of reckless endangerment, the local zoo ran into some problems today as one of their animals escaped. Following the story live, we have the Goodest Boy.
Thanks, Goodest. For those just now joining us, the Amethyst Hills Zoo recently had one of their elephants escape, and she's been on the loose, rampaging for hours now. We've been following her in the copter as local canine units try and stop her. But every time they shoot her with a tranquilizer, she just shoots it right back. Most of the entire force is currently sleeping on the job, which doesn't change much, honestly. Oh, looks like they've finally managed to capture her. Another happy ending. Meanwhile, it appears our pilot forgot to get fuel before we set out, so we're going down, Ted. It's been great working with you.
Diane, this is probably the worst day we've ever had for news. Certainly the least cost-effective. And our last story for tonight. One former powerhouse in the steel industry is making a new life for himself as a politician. We go live to Washington, D.C. with the Goodest Boy. Thanks, Goodest. I'm here in Washington, D.C., where a former steel industry powerhouse has decided to make a new life for himself as a politician.
I just said that.
This is my segment. Shut up! That's right. The former steel powerhouse, Pete, has decided to throw his hat in the ring and run for office. Earlier today, he gave a speech for some glimmers outside the White House.
Then let me tell you, folks, buddies, pals, friends, you may hear my opponents talk about how I can't get anything done, but they've got it all wrong. I was never supposed to get anything done. I was supposed to prevent others from getting anything done themselves, which is why, today, I've decided to announce that I'll be registering with the Republican Party. A vote for me is a vote for me, and that's also a vote for this country, which is a vote for me. Not like your vote matters anyways.
That's right. This announcement to join the right-wing party came from left field. It remains to be seen how effective he'll be, but some Republican leaders are praising his ability to prevent any action, calling him the next Mitch McConnell. Back to you, Goodest. Oh, wow. Political jokes. I love alienating half of our audience. That's like 4 people. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for tonight's new broadcast. That's right. Now we have to go fight for our lives against Ravensburger's blind wrath. They found us. Get to the cannons! Go, go, go!